Ladies and gentlemen, for the 768th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring that dude called Jew, aka El Juperino.
What up, bitches?
As well as that dude called Mike, aka Big Mike.
Yeah.
As well as that lady called Lisa. Me, I am Mahoney, aka Mason. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today?
I'm upset about. I don't really give a fuck. But I mean, Jake Paul is really gonna beat up fucking Nate Diaz.
Supposed to be fighting Nate Diaz. Yeah,
in 2 weeks.
Supposedly.
In 2 weeks, August 5th.
I mean, it's scheduled.
It's scheduled. It's happening. It's happening, bro. August
like a
5th.
pay-per-view.
It's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Well, everything I see says Nate Diaz is like just a fucking
It's going to
wash up.
beat.
He's gonna get his ass whooped. What they're saying.
He's gonna get his ass whipped. That dude is twice the size. Nate
Diaz loves the violence.
But Nate, that's what I'm saying. Nate will sit there and get his ass whipped just because he loves getting his ass whipped.
Nate's a different character.
But once Nate gets a little blood,
he takes that shit.
It's a whole different deal.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game.
He has to literally.
It's like he has to cut on. Yeah, he has to get cut on.
Yeah.
Like he's good. Like you know how Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Look,
he needs to be punched in the fucking face.
His plan is get punched in the face and then see what happens. But like. The thing is about Nate Diaz, like he's either gonna come in there and be great and on the ball, or he's gonna be awful.
Shitty.
Yeah,
it's either gonna be a great fight or it's gonna be a terrible fight. There's not gonna be some in between.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, I'm still not a fan of that Jake Paul motherfucker.
I hate the motherfucker. I don't really like. He's not all. He's doing all this shit. He's fighting these piss poor ass, garbage ass motherfuckers, man. Like it's not. I ain't hating on him, but like I said, the last dude.
I just don't like his personality.
He fought the one dude who kneed him in the head and knocked that dude out. You know what I mean? That Mazel Dov or whatever the fuck.
Masvidal.
When he went kneed that cat. Yeah,
he fought Ben Askren.
Yeah, after that dude knocked him out. And when he came to his senses like 2 years later, now he wants to get in a boxing match with this dude, and dude beat the brakes off his ass. And then he fought that other little motherfucker who won where the fuck. You know what I mean?
He's definitely fought some people that aren't
It's kind of like he's kind of like. It's almost like Kimbo when in them old school footages when Kimbo's going in these motherfuckers' backyards and just beating the fuck out of these little motherfuckers.
Kimbo in the backyards.
Kimbo's a legend.
But see, Jake Paul's a pay-per-view magnet.
That's what I'm screaming. He's making too much money.
But that's
and he appeals to like a younger demographic for like.
People want him to get his ass beat.
And he ain't lost yet, right? And he's undefeated, probably.
I don't know. I think didn't he lose to somebody?
I don't think he's even fucking lost, man. I think his motherfucker's undefeated, but it's still maybe 4-0,
arrogant dude, like
5-0.
Man, I know you got to be to a certain respect to do well in that kind of profession.
You don't gotta be cocky, because cocky gets you hurt.
But he just reminds me of like that kid who's like spoiled as fuck by a suburban family. They told him he could be famous one day. Like I don't know. I just
isn't he the Gilbert kid? Isn't that what the fuck he is?
He was something. He was a little
fucking
child actor. He was big on like I think he had his own YouTube channel when he was young.
No, he's been doing that for a long time.
Don't he got a brother or some shit? His brother's YouTubing or some shit.
They're both been big on
YouTube. They're both privileged white kids.
But like he's like.
I think they were Gogurt kids.
Yeah, something like that.
That's who the fuck they were, the Gogurt twins or whatever the fuck
I feel like they were like some sort of like Disney actor type of dude. You know what I mean?
Disney got
like type of that kind of thing, like a Mickey Mouse Club
and
type, like a Justin Timberlake.
He was something. There was something like that made him famous as a kid.
When they talk about Tyson fighting that dude too at one point in time,
they
or
talk
something
about
like that.
They wanted to get Tyson.
I mean that would never. I hope that would never happen, man.
But even Tyson at the age he's at is still a monster.
Yeah.
But Tyson doesn't have that killer in him like he did before.
Yeah, that dude's gonna work Tyson's all day.
He's a redemption story, truly.
Yeah, Tyson man is sitting up there chilling, smoking his greenery, eating his shrooms, and fucking.
And you forget that in the 90s he raped somebody.
He got convicted of that.
He got
Yeah, he did.
He definitely got convicted.
But he's a true redemption story, I think.
Yeah, but Did he actually do it, or was it like did he? Yeah, but I mean, still, but I mean,
a lot of evidence.
Could he meet her? Could it really happen? He met her at the club. He went and took her home, fucked the shit out of her. Next thing you know, she's screaming rape.
Well,
kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Like the shit that's happening to McGregor right now.
Well, the McGregor thing is pretty wild too, but I haven't really delved into it too much. But I know that like they were saying that there's footage of him talking to her outside of something or another after the supposed attack occurred. But I don't know, man. It's a real problem because it seems like there's a whole lot of motherfuckers either like doing fucked up shit or a whole lot of motherfuckers making up people doing fucked up shit.
Yep.
I'm not sure which it is. I'm not sure which it really is, but it's fucked up and it's not a good thing.
Because like Tyson, remember Robin Gibbons said that she was abused or whatever on TV, like literally on that live fucking interview, and fucking that turned out to be a lie. You know what I mean? Because she's a demon, she's a devil, she's a demon, or what was it, devil in a dress. Yeah, I mean,
the devil
that was a great impersonation, right?
Look, Mike Tyson was my dude. I got to meet this dude twice. I met him when I was younger, and when your perception changes as you get older. When I was younger, I think I was like maybe 6 years old, and he came out the room and he had to walk through the door sideways, like this motherfucker was that wide. You know what I mean? I'm like, this motherfucker looked like he ready to eat somebody, man. But I was like, yo, Iron Mike's my dude, like, cause I was really into boxing. And then I met him again, ran into him again at the Holyfield fight, or his last fight. It was Layla Ali's last fight, his last fight that night in D.C. And I'm like, you know, seeing him again, it was like different, you know what I mean? You can see he was just there for that check, you know what I mean? Yep, I'm the best there ever is. I'm cut from a different cloth. Listed. I'm impeccable. My defense is impeccable.
My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just
look, these are words of affirmation. You should put this shit on a mirror and read it every day.
Praise be to Allah. Eat your kids.
Yeah, put that shit on a post-it note.
That motherfucker right there, man. You couldn't tell that man nothing. Youngest fucking heavyweight.
He was a madman, but he was a bad motherfucker.
He was a badass motherfucker.
It was when he got with Don King is what fucked him up. Don King was like the Diddy of boxing.
Don King is worse than that though. He's worse than
Diddy. Oh yeah, Don King's worse than Diddy.
He been doing it forever.
He been greasing motherfuckers.
He was hitting Ali up back in the day.
He's a pot stirrer and like, I don't know.
He is. He's a vulture. He will suck the living shit out of you. Like fucking motherfuckers were talking about Diddy. I'm like, man, Diddy's a vulture too. Like everybody that was with Diddy, like how fucked up do you gotta be to everybody that was with you then turn to some kind of religion? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everybody that was once with you that turned to some kind of religion. You know what I mean?
And they all caught bad raps and then
and then
caught with the religion.
You know what I mean?
It's like Puffy setting them all up.
G-Dep was opposite though. G-Dep, I think, went on like a journey on his own and then turned himself in after he felt redemption. He's like, you know what? I did this murder a long time. I gotta go turn myself in. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. You're getting too deep into the Diddy.
It's a lot of shit.
I could give a fuck about G-Dep.
But check this out, though. Check this out. So while I was on vacation, got a chance to watch some bullshit on TV, right? And I'm fucking doing laundry. I'm watching shit on TV, and this showed me the power of the LGBTQ plus however many letters you want to add to a community is, right? There was a commercial about this AIDS medicine, right? And this motherfucking shit comes on there and they're like, you know, this hasn't been tested on those that were assigned female at birth. And I'm like, huh? I didn't hear that right.
Yeah, it's assigned
female at birth. Oh, let me. And I played it again. I'm like, well, what the fuck? When did that happen? When did they change that shit up? Because you heard what they talking about changing the vajayjay, right? Don't call the vagina anymore. It's called a fucking
birthing canal. Is that what?
No. I got it in my notes because I wrote this.
It's called delicious.
A bonus hole.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, right.
That
doesn't come from us.
No, that's the primary hole.
That's the LGBT
disrespect.
That's the LGBT community right there. They say no, we're not gonna call that a vagina. That's a bonus hole because trans.
They're trying to marginalize women.
Like, just because you turned your shit inside out and made a cavern out of it doesn't mean that's a fucking bonus hole. You can call that a bonus hole.
Exactly.
Don't call my
the fake one a bonus hole. You know what I mean? That you gotta think about this.
Lady.
Exactly. We're getting the female respect.
Tell them about your vagina.
Seriously, I had a whole conversation with my 14-year-old about this shit because he legit asked me. He was like, "Mom, it's kind of confusing because there are so many girls now that like." How do you know, like they say that they're trans. He's like, I just can't, I don't want to be disrespectful to like the trans community. He was like, but I don't think that I could ever want to like physically be with someone that used to have a penis.
Yeah.
And he's like, does that make me anti-LGBTQ?
That's what
and
they want you to think.
No,
Not at all.
It really
Not at
doesn't.
all.
I wish I'd known about that bonus hole. I'd be like, that's a bonus hole. You can skip that if you want, honey.
But see,
like,
now you gotta ask. But you actually have to ask this.
I mean,
now,
these are
though.
conversations you have to have with your fucking kids, man.
But
Like,
not even with the kids. But when you go out here and try to
Yes,
find something
you do.
now, like
Yes,
you know,
you do.
I do.
That's right. Yes, you do.
kids gotta come up and you gotta, hey, look, boy, you better ask that motherfucker if they got a vajayjay or a bonus hole.
Look,
You know what I mean?
Nah, like I don't know, man. The whole thing is insanity.
It is.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. I understand the insanity in it because there's only two fucking species. There's only two, male, female. That's all you can be.
well, no,
you can't
there's-
change
there is
you
an
can't-
extremely low percentage of like things that are anomalous.
Exactly.
But that problem with that is that we've made it like a thing to do. So
Yeah.
It's trendy.
Right. So people are doing it
Yep.
way more than they would be
Yep.
under natural circumstances.
I know,
Like,
you'd be shocked
if
at
you
how-
grow 100 weed
crazy.
plants, you're going to get a couple that are not quite this or not quite that. This isn't quite a male. This isn't quite a female. It's somewhere in between. It's intersexed. It's got you know,
What is
buds,
that, like
buds
frogs?
going here.
Frogs are like that.
Well, like, you know what Kennedy was talking about. You know, I've been doing RFKJ in the actual classic Kennedy voice, where if you took 100 frogs and you put them into a what was it? The Astracene, which is something that's found in water.
Pretty good, Nathan.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Like, as a Kennedy, I would not leave a woman behind inside of a river to drown, inside of a car. I wouldn't do such things. But anyway, back to RFKJ era. If you put 40, I mean, not quite sure.
100.
It was 100 frogs
Yeah.
into the water. If you put them in with under the regulation amount of acceptable astrazine to be in human drinking water, if you put it in with under that amount, you will chemically castrate like a large percentage of the frogs. They go from male to female. A small 10% go from male to female. It's an extremely disconcerting thing to be witness to. These are actual scientific things that have occurred, testings and such. This is not just crazy talk.
Yeah.
But
So,
since I can't do an impersonation of RFKJ,
So that goes
I do him in classic
back
Kennedy.
to us the seahorses.
Exactly.
Changing
Back to
over,
the seahorses.
changing
Yeah.
over.
yeah, that's right.
And
they
So
do.
Charlie's become Charlene's and shit in the frog life.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
Frog life.
Charlene.
So next thing you know, you're
Exactly.
fucking your boy and shit. You're
Era
hopping on your
four,
boy and
it
shit.
was-
Who's hot ass Tiffany now.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Well, because that's what he was
God
saying.
damn.
You know,
It's
Terry's
so,
Tiffany now.
Era
He's tearing
four.
Tiffany's
Like,
ass up.
I
4
think
out of
it's-
40 had viable eggs.
Tiffany
They
been
went from
following
male to female
Terry
with viable
forever.
eggs.
He been looking at his ass. He was like,
His
"Yo,
name was-
Terry,
his name was
yo,
Thomas,
Terry,
and now
if
his
you
name is
turn-
Tiffany."
Terry, if you turn before me, I'm all right on that ass, Terry. I'm all right on that ass, Terry.
That's what he said.
I followed that. Why you always behind me, Tip? Cause I told you, Terry. Ass is mine if you go first, bro.
If
Don't
that dick
change.
turns into a vagina, I'm fucking it.
I'm tearing that ass up. Don't
If that
change.
dick turns into a bonus
Don't
hole,
change,
I'm fucking
homie.
it.
Yeah, don't give me that bonus hole. I'm gonna hop right on it. I'm gonna hop right in. Charlie, back off. Back the fuck off, Charlie.
That's Charlene now.
That's my frog, bro.
Hey,
That's my
Charlie.
frog.
Charlene.
Charlene, wait your turn. Let me get Tiffany first. I'll be right over there.
Like, I'm so fucking happy that this very, very small percent of the population is having a moment and it's coming to light and things are being conversed about that have never been talked about in such public, national, international forum. I respect it. I think it's fucking awesome. What sucks is to have to, like, have a conversation with your kid and be like, no, sweetie, it doesn't make you a bigot.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't be attracted to
You're
somebody.
not a jackass
You're not an
because-
asshole because
yeah.
you wouldn't put it in the bonus hole. Like, that's That's a very real conversation.
You don't
that's
like
happening
me
all
because
across
I'm this,
America.
that makes you homophobe, blah, 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 blah.
Right. Like my
You're
kids have
gay
questions.
and you just don't know it. You're gay. Nah, motherfucker.
Right.
That's not it.
Like, am I a jerk if I don't like them? It's like, no,
Like, I don't
you're
plan
not.
on
Like, everybody's got preferences.
Playing with your motherfucking man in the boat. Like, nah. Yeah,
I'm looking for a real little man in the boat.
Yeah. I don't need that faux pas.
That's what I'm looking
That
for.
faux pas puss.
I don't need no
that.
inverted dickhead.
Yeah. I don't want the bonus hole. I
You
want
want
the
to
real.
teach love and you want to teach compassion and acceptance.
Well-
but at the same time, you want to support your child and be like, okay, no, you actually don't. You're not a dick.
Well,
Yeah.
but that's the thing, right?
Thinking
The
that.
issue that I have with all this stuff is that it's become like a religion to a lot of people.
It has.
Yes,
It's like you don't like it when someone tries to force their religion on you, yet you are running around trying to force your religion on other people because you don't call it your religion. You think you're somehow absolved of that. You're woke or you're LGBTQ+.
My opinion is just as valid as your opinion.
Right.
Right.
If you want to push your opinion on me, I should be able to say the same thing about my opinion. And we
Right.
can have a conversation and see where we can meet at, but this is where I'm going with it.
Well,
Like,
but we've created a society where a lot of people are just unable
yeah,
to
and that's the shit.
process
You can't- yeah.
a disagreement.
Uh-huh.
They think that you
Exactly.
are accosting them or like attacking them. They feel that
Yeah.
they're under an
You
indictment.
offended me with your opinion.
Right, like, well, I
Like,
disagreed with you
I don't
about.
like you, so fuck you now.
I thought you should do this instead of that, right? And
Yeah.
that becomes like a whole unacceptable way to treat people, and then you're the bad guy.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you guys how you would have answered this question. So my kid came to me and was like, "Hey mom, like I understand there's like a whole gay pride culture thing, but like why do some gay dudes talk that way when you know damn well that they grew up and
And see
like
that, the flamboyancy, I don't know.
yeah, we had a whole
That's
conversation
the whole
about
thing.
it, and I was like, I think it's just a learned cultural thing. Like it's just like every different type of people in their little cliques like have their own way of speaking, and it just became something that and he was like, well, there's just so many. He's like, I have so many friends that like you wouldn't know that they were gay until they open their mouth, but the way that they talk with the like, hey girl, and the like all that. He's like,
But
where does
see,
that come from? He's like,
here's
'cause
the crazy thing.
he was like, my friend in 6th grade did not talk like that, and now that they're like out and loud and proud in 8th grade, they're like talking in a different dialect, and he's like, I just don't know where Randy went.
Well,
like,
and that's something that I feel
It's
is
interesting.
I feel like it's like culturally somewhat.
it's not a like regional accent.
No, I feel like
No.
I feel like it's pushed because like
think
when I
so,
was
too.
when I was in college, I went
The
to
stereotype.
I was in an acting class, right? And they were like, you have to do this acting thing for the acting class, and there were all sorts of different options you could do. You could be in a play for this or that.
I didn't know you did acting. I love that.
But they did this this reading. The teacher was like, you can do this reading of this thing, and I was like, all right, well, I'll do the reading thing, right? So they wanted me to play this gay character, and I'm like, all right, that's fine. So like I had to talk about like watching some dude take a shower, right? So and so I'm trying to do that, but I'm trying to do it in like a respectful, like, okay, I'm just a dude that likes dudes, let me just talk about it.
Right.
And they're like, no, you gotta
Flamboyant
flamboyant.
you
up.
gotta flamboyant it up. And
We
so
gotta know that your character
but-
is this gay
but they
person.
literally made me do it in this way where I'm like, okay, I mean, if you really want me to do it like I'm making fun of the gay kid in 6th grade, I guess I can
Right.
do that. And
Right.
that's how I did it, because that's how they directed me to do it. But I didn't feel like it was like respectful of like the subject matter.
Yeah.
I felt like
It's like
okay,
stereotypical.
Look, I'm
That's
an
what it
actor,
is.
and this
Yeah.
is what you're asking me to do. I don't think this is the way that you want this. That I don't think this is. I don't read this like this. But y'all want me to like fucking flamboyant it up like I'm fucking ridiculously
Over the top,
gay,
yeah.
over the top gay. Okay, fine. That's how I'll read it. Because all I'm doing is reading it. It's not like I'm really watching some dude in the shower. Like,
Right.
I'm fine. I'll read it off the
You were
page.
being a good actor.
However, right, exactly. However you direct me to do so. But I don't feel like this is like some elevated progressive thing where we're
Right.
making some big strive towards a better future because
Right.
we're pretending to be
Yeah.
fucking gay out here. Like, we're not doing it in a respectful way. Like, I prefer the gay characters on the TV show that aren't always so obvious. Some of them are, some of them aren't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you watched, what was the fucking show? 6 Feet Under,
I
right?
loved that fucking show.
The gay characters on that were
such a good show.
wonderful, and they were varied, right? Like, they were different times for different ones, were doing different things, and you're like, whoa, hey, wow, that's kind of whoa.
Yeah.
Like this, okay, so I guess people do some stuff and some gay stuff. That's some kind of wild stuff right there. You know what I mean? Like, things happen. But that I felt was like a respectful portrayal of gay people.
Right.
And I felt like what I was being forced to do in this acting class was not a respectful portrayal.
No, it's a stereotype.
Exactly. And it was obnoxious.
Yeah.
But I think that's where that flamboyancy comes from, is the stereotypes.
Because I think they're like, oh, are you gay? Well, you're going to have to act gay. You're going to have to get all flamboyant about it. Yay. You can't just be like, yeah, I was kind of thinking about some dick.
Gay.
Looks just thinking about dick and booty. Like,
cry like a little bitch.
Yeah, stop being a bitch.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about dick and booty.
You know, I was just sitting here thinking about all that dick.
You just say that? You just say that?
Yeah, that's what he said. That's why I just started laughing. Like, man, I just caught that shit. I was just over here thinking about dick and booty.
I can't just sit here and think about dick and booty. Now I gotta make it all flamboyant.
Hey, that just happened. God damn, I'm in the same room. The fuck? Alright. Fucking bowl again, then fuck it. I'll do it if I have to. Don't really forget what's going on now. I might as well. Oh, no, it's like I get 4 o'clock tomorrow. Holy fuck, shit.
Man, I'm right there with you, bro. We back in the grind.
It's been 3 weeks since I had to do that.
It's gonna be harder for you to go back than me to go back.
I'm about to roll a fat ass joint.
For sure.
Yo, you heard about what's happening in Texas, though?
What are they doing now?
Boy, syphilis outbreak down that bitch.
You got syphilis now?
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, I saw something.
28% increase in women right now.
Oh, is that because all the Mexicans is coming up in there and spreading it like
I don't
Casper?
know. Yeah, I think it just might be the heat.
Like Casper.
Yeah, they just
It's just the heat.
I think they just Caspering them up in them little camps that they waiting to get
That
for
18th
the Biden bus to come and
disease
get
that
them.
took people,
No,
it's just hot.
It's just hot,
might have
man. It's just
something.
hot.
Because they hang out in a little, they hang out in the Biden area,
It's
right
little-
before the Biden bus comes and gets
It's
them.
like the place in
So
the
they're in there
beginning of
just
Scarface. They hang out in a
fucking.
place like the beginning of Scarface, and people get whatever happens. And
They're fucking. They
Well,
fucking.
have you rolled up to Baltimore recently? Like, as soon as you get into Baltimore, there's a huge sign, fucking billboard, as soon as you get into Baltimore, that says gonorrhea alert. Please call for STD testing.
Look, Mexicans.
Fucking Baltimore,
look,
man.
Nothing against Mexicans, man, but Mexicans is dirty, man. Mexicans don't even like Mexicans
Oh
because that's
my
how dirty
God.
they are.
Well, look, hold on. You
I've
gotta
talked to a
think,
lot of
though.
Spanish people,
Hey,
and every
no.
Spanish people,
No, he's
person
not
that I've
lying
talked
about
to
this
said
right here.
Mexicans is the dirtiest motherfucker.
He
If
is
you
not
ever want
lying
to piss
about
off
that.
a Spanish
No.
person, call Mexican. I'll
Look,
tell you right now,
I've-
that'll piss them out.
Puerto
every
Rican-
one of them
I
off.
got bed bugs in an apartment complex because it's the Mexicans one time. I understand.
No, but look, Puerto Ricans, Hondurans, Ecuadorians,
Guatemalans,
All go
El
God bless them. I
Salvador.
love them.
I've talked to
them.
the same
Give me
amount of
some
motherfuckers
empanadas.
that he's talked to.
look at
They
all I
all
know
say the
is
same shit. But you gotta think about this though. When you really, really think about it, they're not really. They're coming back home. You gotta think that half of America was Mexico at one point.
Yeah, but Mike, that's like hundreds. That's 150, 180 years ago. You're talking about like
They
this
just
is-
coming to reclaim their shit. Fuck y'all. Y'all kicked us off our shit. We coming back.
Nah, I don't know.
Like if the
I don't think
Indians
that's
did
how
that
it's gonna
shit,
work.
man.
I don't think
Fuck.
that's how it's gonna work, man.
I don't think it's gonna work. I'm
It's
just
not gonna
saying.
work like that.
Well, yeah.
It would if they could organize enough.
Fuck. Oh
Well, I
yeah.
mean, you know,
If they could
shit.
organize enough, they could get their hands together. Yeah, they
Man,
could take over the
what?
world.
Shit.
They could take over the world.
With
They
no
got enough
problem.
of them.
Southwest.
They got enough of them.
Look,
With
they
not a
gotta-
problem.
Yeah, they ain't coming up here. We got guns. I mean, they got guns down there, but not that many for them. That whole
It's gonna
herd's
be a
coming.
whole different.
It's gonna be like the first wall of zombie World War Z. With the Brad Pitt zombies that run like 710
That'd be
miles an hour.
World War M.
Yeah, fake zombies.
WWM. Nah, we gotta stop.
Yes, stereotypes exist for a reason, but they should not be. It should not be something that's like just accepted across the board. Like,
see, the thing is, the Jew unit,
small percentage of people that have created this stereotype.
The Jew unit is our resident bigot. So whenever something,
is he?
He hates everybody.
Like, it's why he makes the statements about all this stuff that's most ridiculous, and then it's like we sit there and go, well,
he's like the fire starter.
He's just ridiculous.
I just say ridiculous shit about everybody.
He hates
races.
all races.
I don't hate. I just say the shit that people want to say.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That they don't want, that they're scared to say because they might think that somebody might get in their feelings.
But the real
problem
is,
I don't give a fuck because I don't know none of them people.
The real problem is we're the human race. We're not a fucking goddamn bunch of different fucking types of humans. Like, we're one fucking species, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, just because you're from here, I'm from there, or whatever, your skin's that, or this skin's that, or, like, shut the fuck up. We're all, like, wanting the same shit.
Right. Yeah, everybody wants the exact same shit.
All you motherfuckers want your kids to be happy and make some money and have a reasonable fucking life.
You want to have a fucking comfortable life. Don't want to deal with no dicks at work. You want to be able to come home, enjoy your motherfucking shit.
You want
I should be able to afford my fucking house. I should be able to afford my fucking groceries. I should be able to afford to feed my fucking family without fucking struggling out this bitch. Right. Everybody thinks the same way, but fucking.
Well, I feel like
we get mixed up and fucking divided off of ignorant shit.
I feel like there is a huge mass uprising right now of like laborers lashing back out at the giant corporations that we all
happening.
It's
about to go on strike.
I'm ready for it. I'm fucking ready for it. Like, tell me when we're going on strike because I will organize my whole goddamn team. We could do a walkout. Like, I'm ready fucking for it. I'm ready.
Who's coming with me?
I just seriously, like, if you go to countries like in Europe, I mean,
everybody's afraid of the people, not the opposite. The government.
They work, like in America, you work to live, and in other countries you live. Or no, in America you live to work, and in other countries you like work to live.
Shut the fuck up, bitch!
Yeah.
I'm tired of you interrupting me every day,
I'm
bitch! Shut the fuck up! God damn, get a job! Patrick Swayze, get your bitch! I'm tired of it!
Why don't you just disable that shit, babe?
I don't know how. Obvious fucking leave. This bitch be interrupting my shit all the time.
I know, she wakes me up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, bitch on 24/7. Like the fucking Waffle House. Bitch, shut up! Fuck!
I feel like that's like his daily outburst.
God
like there needs to be like one a day.
I'm about to call customer service now. I'm ready, man. I'm proud of it.
He needs at least 2.
I'm about to call customer service.
A real good day, 3, but 2 probably the minimum for him.
Sons of bitches.
I didn't see no outbursts in Florida. I gotta be honest with y'all. He was chill as fuck.
Because at Florida, he is home. He is on the water.
Yeah.
That is why he is like that.
Sentimental.
You put him on the water, whole different Jew.
I noticed.
Whole different Jew on the water.
He was like calm, snuggling with his kids, like telling everybody he loves everybody.
You put him on the water. I was just
like, what?
That's Mr. Zen all day on the water. You get him back on land and put him behind fucking 4 wheels. Nah, that's that motherfucker you want to fuck up all day.
Oh, I felt it. I felt it. As we crossed state borders, like, I felt it a little bit more.
I'll bet.
Aggressiveness came in. Like,
the golden glow just fading away.
Yeah.
Damn, that ain't the sun, man. That really.
It was like the snow globe you shake up and it's all happy and pretty. And then
that was that Florida sunshine started to leave his ass.
I know.
Yep. The
boat say wanting nail, he gonna be straight all day.
The more angry he gets, the closer
to work. He want to become a sugar mama so he could just do that fucking full time. Like, yeah, cook 3 meals a day for everybody. He did. He fucking cooked 3 meals a day for everybody, y'all.
The boy wanted to be a fucking chef.
If you could make enough money to take care of him like that,
domesticated hottie.
He would definitely domesticate for you well.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, you might have to put a time lock on the liquor cabinet.
I don't even care.
I don't even care. Leave that motherfucker open.
You gotta drink in Florida. Squares.
So, are you prepared for that? If you're gonna sugar mama him, you're gonna have to take him to Florida and live there.
Yeah.
Okay, she's prepared.
I want to fucking live in Florida. I had such a great fucking time. I mean, the people were so goddamn nice. Like random dudes just walking up to lakes, being like, "How much are y'all caught today?" You know, like it was just. I mean, you could tell he was amongst his people.
He was a Kentucky boy. You're not gonna meet a lot of Kentucky people down in Florida. And if you meet a Kentucky boy, yeah, you're gonna talk to the world.
Well, you're gonna meet a lot of people that are Floridians. Like
you're gonna meet Floridians in Florida.
They're all a bunch of come here's. Like they call them come here's. Like you came here.
There,
yeah, they're not locals.
State.
There's a few.
A lot of people going to Florida, not a lot of people from Florida.
Yeah.
But we saw a lot of Florida men. Every time there was some like crazy ass on the side of the road, I'd be like, Florida man.
Yeah.
There's Florida man.
That's Florida
You gotta
man.
watch out for Florida man. He's all over the place.
There were a lot of
there's
Florida
a
men.
joint on Netflix called Florida Man?
Oh yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I was like, I'm gonna have to watch this motherfucker.
Have you seen the fucking American Gladiator documentary on Netflix?
Yeah, already watched it.
Oh my god, man! I only watched one episode, 2 episodes. I gotta watch more
you
of
gotta
that
watch
shit.
all that shit, man. You get into it.
Me and Jay started fucking. It was like fucking 1 o'clock. I was like, man, he's like, goddamn, I gotta go to bed. I got a job. I'm like, yeah, I just gotta go to bed.
Them motherfuckers, man, all of them broke. Yeah. They went broke, man. It was bad.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
This is in the beginning when they're all coked up, they're all fucking roided up and shit.
Yeah. Roids.
Yeah, I was still in the beginning. Like I said, I saw like 2 episodes.
But yeah, man, I watched all that shit. I happened to run across it. I'm gonna watch this motherfucking shit. It was good. I liked it.
So we got to give a shout out to my dad because my dad donated a piece to the rickety ship.
Oh shit! Shout out Pops.
The computer I've been using to make the videos just started doing really, really slow.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, how about you want this one?" And I was like, "Okay." So he gave me a computer to throw up on the
nice.
Throw up on there to get the job done now.
Good looking Pops.
Good man.
Papa Mahoney.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Big up to Dad. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I think get everything done on one computer a whole lot quicker now because it's like, about 16 to 18 years newer than the computer I've been using.
Oh, nice. There you go.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, it'll help.
That is so sweet. All my dad ever gave me was daddy issues.
Oh my! Lucky Jew unit, you are.
Yeah, basically.
Told y'all.
I'm just kidding, George. If you're listening, which
told y'all earlier.
Probably not.
I told you earlier. Gonna be a lot of
somewhere to go, boy.
Gonna be a lot of noise. Go out there and start a fire. You ain't got shit to do. Go out there and start a fire. Sit by the fire. Sleep outside at night.
What's your cup say? I will drink Captain Morgan's here or there. I will drink Captain Morgan's everywhere.
I gotta stop drinking that watermelon shit though, cause that motherfucker's got
tell you that shit fucking.
I'm pretty sure I haven't ate none yet today.
I guarantee you that too.
You have that vibe of like actual sustenance been intaken.
We already knew that.
I had that edible right there. Y'all seen that?
Yeah,
that don't count, dude. That don't count.
What's got chocolate in it?
It really
that
doesn't count.
That don't count.
You need vegetables.
What shit? That's the wrong thing to say. That's foreign to him.
I know.
I've been smoking weed.
That's not the same.
That's the best. What's green?
Yeah, I'm having my Popeye spinach.
Yeah, that's green.
It's not the same, though.
Should be.
Right out the can.
It should be.
Yeah, I don't think his stomach can handle fucking vegetables, actually, to be honest with you.
Not a lot of them, but...
No, what you need is like eggs, bacon, steaks, and, slice of pineapple, a little bit of squash here or there, stuff like that. That's the diet I need to start doing, man. Just chicken.
So good.
But I can mess with half of that.
Some bacon and some motherfucking...
You wouldn't eat no pineapple?
Vegetables.
Pineapple is shit.
I don't really like pineapple.
You know what? Pineapple would help you out, man, because it helps
pineapple makes your cum taste good.
That's true, too.
I think I heard that, yeah.
You ever heard that? Drink pineapple juice.
It gets rid of the mucus, makes your nut be better.
I like how none of y'all
it breaks down. Oh, I know, it does. It did. Look,
I'm a big fan of pineapple.
Grapefruit does the same thing, too.
Does it?
Yep, grapefruit will do the same shit. Grapefruit juice.
I don't like grapefruit.
If the ladies eat the peaches, it helps with the vajayjay.
Is that true?
I've heard that.
I ain't heard that. What else you heard?
Watermelon makes your erection last longer.
No shit.
It's a natural Viagra.
Watermelon.
Yep, seeded watermelon.
I did not know that, y'all.
I'll drink that.
Oh my god.
That's the artificial shit, bro.
It's not that simple juice, man. It's ain't real.
It's like 2% watermelon.
I'm gonna get 2%
98% sugar.
He's planning for some loud fucking tonight.
Yep, that's
I guess so, like, y'all pray for me. Seriously.
Hey, look, you gotta handle that.
Hey, my dear, we did all the praying for you.
I was salty.
Before you went to Florida.
Halfway through Florida, I was like, "What? You don't even like me no more?" And he was like, "Bitch." He's like, "The whole house could like hear us."
I thought he had this planned out for you though. I already planned out how we gonna fuck. That was the first thing he said. I know how we gonna fuck.
Yeah.
There was no fucking in the rental car. If that's what the plan was, it didn't happen.
Y'all should have tried it on the boat.
The boat with Poppy as the captain?
Oh, I thought he was the captain. He got his captain
no. Poppy let him drive, but Poppy's not about to let him take that shit out by himself.
Got you.
But that would have been fun. Boat sex, that's something I've never done before. That would have been fun. Yeah.
Well, the beautiful thing is he has a boat, so you guys could go do that on any little lake around here.
I haven't seen that boat. Is that boat acceptable? Will I catch something? Will I get like a staph infection from that boat? Because
I ain't been on it in years.
I feel like he probably hadn't cleaned that boat in 20 years.
I think that's probably a really good point.
Was that the boat from you and your brother, from Dan?
Yeah.
Okay, Not Dan. That boat over the dirt.
We don't need to
be
bleach
like,
that bitch.
I've got the gangrene in my leg now.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to catch a UTI from that boat.
Yes.
Because, man, I remember me and Dan went on that motherfucker,
You never taken me on that boat, babe.
And that son of a bitch, the motor went out on us, man. And I was like, bro, you rowing this motherfucker.
It's the Mile Out Club. You take the
mile out, yeah.
Wait, that makes it sound like he's been fucking a lot of bitches on this boat.
It's a mile out.
I don't want to know.
He can't get bitches to go out to the water with him. The fact that you've gone and done that, like,
oh my God, it's so
I don't think any of the other girls have done that with him. There was the one.
That crazy one.
I mean, there was a number of crazy ones, like the one that he tied up with the twine.
Come on, y'all. Don't categorize it like that. Was she really crazy?
I don't know. I think you all are crazy, but I don't know how crazy it. I can't gauge your craziness.
It was a very crazy
like there's
relationship.
A scale, right? But there's like an always.
Them two were the same person.
Always gonna be some. You know what I mean? Like
you're crazy.
You're either pregnant or not, but like all women are crazy.
Yeah, we are.
It's like, are you a day into it? Are you 6 months or a year?
The way you want to propose.
You know, how deeply involved into your lunacy?
Are you medicated to not be crazy?
Theoretically.
Those are the best ones, really.
But the ones that need to be medicated?
No, the ones that are fucking handling their shit and like have like years of therapy under their belt and like understand that they can't fucking be crazy all the goddamn time.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones.
Some don't like to accept that shit.
No.
Being crazy? We all crazy.
Well, I don't think some women acknowledge that like women just naturally.
Everybody got
naturally, and like I know I'm gonna get a lot of like feminist hate for this shit, but I truly believe women cannot handle their emotions the same way that men do.
We handle shit in a nonchalant way. We compartmentalize. That's how we're brought up.
I mean, I compartmentalize too, but I still don't. I don't think that there's not men that are like throwing themselves on the floor, pulling their fucking hair out, jumping out of cars, like acting wild, like the way that I know myself and a lot of my female friends have acted.
All that shit.
Dude, a guy pissed me off one time and I literally left and then peeled out of his driveway 4 times just to fuck up the gravel intentionally. That's some crazy shit that I don't think men necessarily would do.
Women are emotional though.
Nah, there's something to it. Because like when women hit a certain level of emotion, they don't realize what they're doing.
Exactly.
We're like red zone. We just see red.
Yeah.
You just flare out.
I just think we have bigger emotions. Like we are just more in touch with our emotions. So like it feels bigger.
Because we're logical.
That's why y'all zone out when y'all all
the problem is
emotion raging.
The problem is that you dwell on your emotions.
Yes.
Right.
You don't sit there and go, okay, this is how I feel.
We think of feeling as fact.
Yes.
Right.
And I don't think most men do.
And it's because a feeling can be changed.
Right.
So like if I don't feel good about something and there's anything I can do to change that, I go put my focus to that instead of dwelling on the thing that makes me unhappy.
Right.
I'm like, well, how can I fix that? Okay, well, let me go beat my head against that wall for a while to try to fix it. And even if I don't fix it, at least I feel better because I fucking tried.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This is why therapy is so important, and I think you should go to therapy.
Oh yeah, we support therapy.
Not you personally, bitches. Most women.
I believe everybody should go.
Bitches.
I think everybody.
Says,
I don't even think bitches. I think men need therapy too. I think it's
I'm
beneficial
like,
for all.
when I went to therapy and how it helped me out, I'm like, you know what? If everybody went to therapy like you do the dentist twice a year, just get some shit out.
Well,
like let that shit out.
When I get elected president, these are going to be the sort of things that I'm going to help sponsor and be able to get accomplished for the American populace.
Pay for the people.
So that you can get fucking healthcare and shit.
There you go.
Yes.
You know? Like if we're going to spend all this money to go fucking fight wars where we shouldn't be, then we should be spending money to fucking take care of our people.
Now. That's going to be next.
Yes, that's going to be World War III, man. World War III. It's coming. You don't think so?
World War III is going to start when we let Ukraine into the fucking NATO.
Right.
Then we're obligated into World War III.
That's probably going to happen.
Which we've already set a time.
You don't think that's going to happen with Taiwan? Like, you don't think that's going to happen with China and everything? Like, I think I could see that becoming more problematic than the shit with Ukraine and Russia.
A very large probability that does occur.
Yeah,
but if we can postpone it for long enough to get a lot of like the technology that we rely on coming out of there to be being made somewhere else before that shit pops off, I think we're a lot less likely to have it be a big issue. But being that America is rode with the one China policy and not ever acknowledged that Taiwan is actually its own nation in all reality, I think that just gives us a comfortable excuse to step off and be like, nah, sorry, we're not doing anything. And I think Biden's just the kind of fucker that would do that.
You think so? Even after as much as he's helped out Ukraine?
Nah, he's a warmonger. But
that's a definite.
But his ties with Ukraine go deep.
It goes deep. Yeah, it goes real deep.
It goes pretty deep with China.
You know
too.
what? I wonder if that's where fucking Hunter's been getting his cocaine from.
I don't know, man. Hunter,
maybe Ukraine cocaine.
Hunter just
he was
money.
on fucking payroll.
Hunter doing fentanyl, like I told y'all.
You
cocaine. Like I say, look.
Nah, it was cocaine found at the White House, not cocaine laced with fentanyl.
I know, but look, I see. Look, they watch a lot of that CNN span shit, and all them motherfuckers that sit there in the desk and talk about
That's true.
all these.
We watched a lot of Fox News in Florida.
Tucker fucker and shit.
I know.
Watch a lot of Fox News down that motherfucker, and all they want to talk about and they show this motherfucker. And I seen the pictures of this motherfucker and his little motherfucking crooked ass smile. If he ain't fucking little kids, and he using fentanyl, cause he passed cocaine. He got like a Joker.
They're two such different highs, though.
But damn, like that one went on drugs.
Cocaine should not be a gateway to fentanyl. Like heroin should be a gateway to fentanyl.
I think after a certain
cocaine,
point,
marijuana is the gateway to all drugs.
The cocaine should be a gateway to like
marijuana is the gateway to all drugs.
No, it's only because it was
Crime Dog McGruff told us.
It was only because it was criminalized.
In '95,
when marijuana was criminal, you'd go and you'd get something else when they didn't have weed. That's how it was like a gateway. That's the theory of the gateway. Let me get a bag of weed. Oh, we don't have that anymore. How about some blow? Oh, what the hell? Let me get some of that. Right, that's the theory on that bullshit.
Reefer Madness.
Well, Reefer Madness goes back way further.
Way before that, yeah.
You know, it's all just.
We had a DARE program.
But it's all based on.
Still do.
But it's all based on knowing better. It's all based on knowing better. We know better than you. We'll tell you what you can and can't do. Yeah. Here are things that you're allowed to do, and here are things you're not allowed to do. That's bullshit.
It's more like here's the things that we can tax, and here's the things that we can't tax.
Well, but see, but that's the thing. You can tax all this other stuff. You're just not doing it.
They're coming around. That's part of the entire marijuana decriminalization. So the government's finally understanding you can make a lot of fucking money taxing this shit.
You gotta. Yeah. You gotta do it. But that's the thing. All these vices and things that people consider to be such an issue, that we have all these criminal things going on around, when you legalize those, you then get to tax them, you also get to regulate them.
Right.
So your prostitution becomes cleaner and healthier.
Right.
Your fucking drugs become cleaner and healthier. The criminal activity that takes place all over the place to run that stuff dries up because there's no fucking criminal marketplace for it.
Right.
So that's the way that I'm always talking about fixing things.
All the thing is with all that shit, you got the right people in the right places to do that, because fucking somebody get lackadaisical and then like, oh, we have fentanyl in this batch of weed that went out. If you bought any marijuana between January 1st and July 32nd, 2027, you know what I mean?
I can refund your marijuana back?
Yeah, something like that.
Girl.
But
see, that's the only thing you got to worry about with that shit, man. When the government gets involved with some shit, man, they're massive fuck-ups.
Exactly the issue, but these are, you've still got to find better ways.
You got to find better ways to make shit happen.
You got to find better ways than what we've got.
Exactly.
But ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we're going to have to bring this episode of the Mason and Friends show to a close.
Yeah.
We would like to thank you very much for listening.
Appreciate y'all.
We'd like to encourage you to check out old episodes as well as new episodes.
Like, share, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't forget you can watch us on Twitter, Rumble, or YouTube.
We on the tweet. We on the little blue bird, the fucking little square with the fucking play button, you know what I mean? We on the Rumble.
I had to get back on Sweet Jew Jane there.
There you go. Holla at me, boy. Get up on there. But anyway, be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bits by little bits, ladies and gentlemen. Keep moving forward.
That's right. Keep grinding on the shit that you are trying to get done, because that is how things get done.
We believe in you.
That's right. Don't forget how much we love you.
Love y'all.
How much we wish you nothing but the best.
All day, every day.
And peace be with you.
Go.
Peace.